Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NinjaTrader Ecosystem webinar room. Before I get started, I would like to take a moment to test for picture and sound. So if you can hear my voice and see the projection in the room, please type a Y. Great. Thank you, everybody, for confirming that you can hear me and that I'm coming in loud and clear. My name is Juanita, and I work here for the NinjaTrader Denver office. We have a very special event for you today with Ephraim and David of Day Trade Like a Pro. Before we get started, I am going to go ahead and place a quick poll in the room. Just give me one moment to get that poll sent out to everybody. There we go. And while you fill that out, I would like to mention it is important to understand that there are substantial risks in trading commodity futures contracts and futures contracts and Forex. You should carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you and will depend on your specific circumstances and financial resources. It is possible to lose all funds deposited with your broker and could even incur losses beyond these amounts. Please inquire at the CFTC RIT following link for a full copy of the risk disclosure or if you have any additional questions. Also, please remember that these training webinars are not a solicitation nor a recommendation, but simply educational in nature. The presentation is presented by NinjaTrader LLC, which is the technology company responsible for developing and supporting the NinjaTrader trading software. All brokerage-related questions should be sent directly to our brokerage team using the following phone number or email address. Thank you, everyone, for filling out the poll. I'm going to go ahead and go over those results. The question was, what type of tools or services have you used from the NinjaTrader ecosystem? It looks like 50% of you are using indicators and strategies, 14% are using education, 1% is using programming services, and 35% of you have not yet used anything related to the NinjaTrader ecosystem. With new tools added nearly every day, NinjaTrader ecosystem is home to hundreds of apps and services. You can quickly and easily find tools or services you are looking for with a simple keyword search. You'll also find information about upcoming webinars in an on-demand recording video archive using the following link. Also, if you are active on social media, please ensure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to receive daily updates on all things related to the NinjaTrader ecosystem and upcoming events as well. NinjaTrader is always free for advanced charting, strategy backtesting, and trade simulation. To ensure you are on the latest version of NinjaTrader and to pick up a free live data trial, please visit the following link. You can also purchase or lease NinjaTrader using the following link. And if you're just getting started with NinjaTrader, we offer free live training on a daily basis. You can view a schedule of our weekly upcoming webinars at the following link. We're very excited for this unique event in which Ephraim and David will explore the opportunities available when you identify and advance the key levels where institutional traders will buy or sell. Thank you again for your attendance, and without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome to the NinjaTrader room, Ephraim. Ephraim's going to go ahead and take it away with giving his presentation, and David will moderate the room for questions and anything that Ephraim may miss.
Okay, thank you. And just a quick mic check. Can you hear me okay? If you can hear me, just go ahead and type there in the chat. Okay, great. And let me go ahead and share my screen here. And we should be good to go. Okay, is that working? David, I can't really see the chat. So
I got the chat. It's working.
Right.
We're good.
Okay, great. So everyone can see me. All right, great. Well, welcome. And, you know, I know that you are taking time out of your day here to be on the webinar. So thanks for being here today. I think we have something for everybody. We're really going to be talking about how to trade with the institutions. And we'll dive into that here. And let's see here, make sure this is working. All right. So as always, and as covered and is always covered on these, there is a risk of loss in trading. And if you don't understand that, make sure you get educated about it and they understand that the risk associated with trading. A little bit about me, not that anyone is really here to learn about me. I've been trading since 2006. I want to give you some idea of who I am and what Day Trade Like a Pro is about and what we're doing here. I started out trading the Russell 2000 in 2006. That got sold from CME to ICE. It's now back on CME. Long story short, when CME sold it to ICE and all the volume went away and the whole thing changed, I found out I wasn't really a trader. I just had one thing that I could do that worked, and it stopped working. So I really, at that point, started to learn the S&P 500, definitely what I specialize in, although I trade other markets. And I actively trade. I oversee all of the new product development here at Day Trade Like a Pro. I run the live trade signals, which I'll show you a little bit about today. And I coach all of our top traders here. And my previous life before this, I was a performance coach and worked with executive teams, CEOs of billion-dollar companies, that type of thing. So here's what you're going to get today. We are going to show you exactly how to trade alongside the big institutional traders. And when you think about trading, it really comes back to every time you put on a trade, you are either taking a trade from somebody. I'm going to generalize, and you can't always do that real accurately, but you're either taking the side of a trade from somebody who's eating a loss, or you're paying somebody on their trade. And generally, how I think about how big institutional traders, how they trade is they're going to buy at the extremes and sell at the extremes of the move. They're not necessarily worried about what a trend is doing. And then people come along and buy after them and end up paying them on their trades. And that's how they make money. We'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to show you how to get precise entries as into the tick, and then how to define your exits on either side of the trade. So where exactly when to know when it's not working and to take the trade off, and then where to target for taking profit. And then at the same time, how to maximize your risk to return. So what am I risking, and can I get 2, 3, 4, 5 times what I'm risking on the trade? And then I'm really going to show you how you can get started today for free. We're going to give you, I'm going to tell you, so we're going to talk about something that we've developed called prediction points. And we've been doing this since 2007. And I personally use them to trade every day. David uses them to trade. I'm sure we have several traders that are on the webinar here with us who this is the foundation of what they do in their trading. And we've never done this before, but there will be a link at the end of the webinar, and you can try prediction points for free for an entire month. And we've never done that. I'm not sure that we're ever going to do it again. But the only way to get that, NinjaTrader will not be emailing that out to you. The only way to get it is if you stay here with us on the webinar, which I think you'll want to do anyway, because there's going to be some really good stuff. And then you can try prediction points for free. Now, I'll dive into that. I'm going to start here on the 3 fundamental truths of trading. And one of the things that I want to cover just briefly about prediction points before I go into that is that prediction points are something that I believe have something to offer everybody. So whether you are a trader who, you've been consistently profitable, you have a system, you already know what you're doing, that's great. I think that prediction points can add something to that. Whether you're looking for something that you don't have a system and you're looking for something, I think prediction points can offer you something. So I really do believe that it's something that can either be a standalone, something you can use, or something that can benefit your trading that you're already doing, or enhance a strategy or a methodology that you already have. And my intention today is to actually show you that what I'm saying to you is actually true. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to actually look and see today. I'm going to show you some real examples. We're going to jump into some charts, and I'm going to let you see, make the decision for yourself. I'm not even asking you to take my word for it. So is that fair enough? So, okay, let's jump right in here. So we have the fundamental truths of trading. And truth number 1 is lagging indicators don't work. This is something I've been talking about at Day Trade Like a Pro for a while. It's not a new idea to a lot of you. A number of you know that lagging indicators don't work. I think some of us still hang on to ideas that maybe they will work. But even when they appear to work, they still don't work. Now, why is that? I'm going to show you. So let's jump over here to my NinjaTrader. So this is just a chart from yesterday. And I'm assuming everyone can see that. David, I'm assuming that if there's an issue with any of that, you'll let me know.
Yep,
But
you're good.
we'll move along here with this. So also at the end, I do want to say we will have a session here at the end for question and answer. So I'll try to leave as much time for that as possible. So here's the MACD. I don't use this. I think some traders trade with it. I didn't pick the MACD for any special reason, but I just wanted to show you this green. I'm going to jump over and show you here in a second, but this is a 5-minute chart from yesterday, and you'll see there's the MACD, gives you that crossover. There's your long signal. And then if you bought it really was on this candle. This is a 5-minute chart. That was 91.75, and the high of that move ended up being 96.75. So if you bought that, it did end up going about 5 points right here, which is really not bad. I mean, these markets have been pretty crazy lately, but the challenge with it is that if you do buy here, and let's say you even bought it at 92, you got a really good entry, your risk is really all the way back down over here below this 85 quarter. So now all of a sudden you have like 7+ points of risk. And, it just doesn't really, work that, you're so far away from the market. So I'm going to show you a trade that we did. Now, one of the things is we have a product or a service that we offer called the live trade signals. And a lot of traders over the years would come and they would look at prediction points and they'd say, well, this is really great. But how do I know where I should be trading or which ones to trade or how to manage those trades? And the live trade signals is the answer to that. So a lot of you are probably familiar with Discord. If you're not, it's just a third-party platform that we use. And it allows, it's where our traders can interact with each other. I'm not going to do a promo for that, but I'm going to show you here what we posted yesterday. This was, you can see right here yesterday. That might be hard to see the timestamp, but it's 6:27 a.m. I'm on Pacific time. And this was in the morning, 6:27. We posted these trades. Here's 32, 86. We also had 82, and I'll explain that in a second, how we handle that. You can see that's pretty rare, but this is how the live trade signals are posted. We had a buy at 32.86, the stop at 32.81. That's a very large stop for us. This was a trade that I really thought was worth taking the risk. And then we were targeting 91 and 33.05. So you can see here that's at 6:37, just a few minutes after the market opened. And if you look over here, that's down here. We have a long right here at 32.86. I mistyped that. And then this is 86 where that red line is. It ended up going 3 ticks against our entry. And we really do wanted to trade a tick or two past our entry to make sure that we're getting filled. So this came down. These lines that you see on here are prediction points. We're going to spend a bunch of time talking about that. The first target was here at 91. That was 5 points. We were targeting 98.50. It missed it by a tick. And we ended up getting stopped out on a trail stop, which we do at times on here. So +5 on the first position and +7 on the second one. Now, right here, this green box is where that happened. And the MACD was way back over here. Now, I wanted to show you one other thing. If you can see that time, that's at 7:36 when this trade entered. And the timestamp on when this was 59 minutes before that. So 59 minutes in advance, we told our traders that this was an area we wanted to buy right here at 31.86. And that this was the move up we were looking for. We eventually adjusted the target down here to 98.50. Originally, we were looking for up here. Anyway, we adjusted that back down. So even when these things look like they're working, I mean, that does cross up. It does give you a 5-point buy, but your risk is just so much bigger, even on the trades that do work. So it's really just tough to make money doing that. All right, so let's jump back over here. So truth number 2, this is probably going to get me some hate mail. And but the latest craze in trading is order flow. And just the reality of it is it's lagging. Now, I'm not knocking order flow. I'm just stating a fact about it. Order flow is lagging. And there's really two things that order flow traders are looking for, okay? And right here, you have, they're either looking for executed orders. So that's what already happened, and therefore it's lagging. And here's just, this is the time in cells or the tape from NinjaTrader. And you can see executed orders. Now, the only reason I can see these is because they've already happened. And by definition, that would make it a lagging indicator. It's already happened in the past. So I might be able to see, yes, a big institutional trader bought here, but that already happened. And highly unlikely I'm going to be able to get in at the price they got in. And then the second part of this is that they're looking at, so executed orders and pending orders. Now, in theory, those represent willing buyers and sellers, but everyone ever heard of spoofing? So I'll walk you through this example real quick. If you look at the left, you have a seller who wants to sell at the highest price possible. So they put in a limit order to go short, and then they put in artificial buy orders, which they never intend to get filled. And in today's day and age, that's being done by these high frequency trading, computers that are doing this faster than you and I can blink. I mean, they're taking 10 trades on and off by the time we can blink one time. And so it's unreliable. But what it does is it creates an artificial demand, and people buy in front of that thinking, if someone's going to buy hundreds of contracts down here, I want to be long there. And then what it does is it drives the price up. They end up getting short, and then they pull the orders to buy, which they never intended to fill anyway. And if you watch, or if there's any experienced tape readers, there's a reason that the term spoofing is even a thing that's known in the trading world. And then it happens over and over and over again. So how do you know when something is spoofing and when it's not spoofing? And the third truth is you make money by trading size, not by doing more trades. And I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. You make money by trading size, not by doing more trades. Now, most traders are afraid to trade size. Why? Two reasons. One, trading size means you have more risk. And the second reason why traders are afraid to trade size is because they don't trust themselves, because they haven't earned the right to trade more size. They don't trust. If you can't follow your rules with a 1 lot, you definitely won't follow your rules with 100 lot. So you earn the right to trade size by consistently following your trading plan and managing your risk. All right. So what is it that all institutional traders use to make decisions? And that's a question. So I really want to know, I want you to think for a minute. You're traders, you trade the markets, you see all these different tools that are available for traders to use. What do you really think institutional traders are using to make buying and selling decisions? I'm going to give you the answer in a minute, but I really want you to think about it for a second. Do you think they care what a MACD says?
Yeah,
do you
inside
think they're
information, liquidity, volume, 30-minute chart, price and volume profile, support and resistance, Fibonacci, fib ratios. It's a good representative sample.
Maybe. I say no. and I say yes. To some degree, you're probably all right. And but what's king? I want you to picture a trader with tens of millions of dollars in buying power. What are they really looking at? And I say they're looking at price. That's what they care about. Now, if I had more time, I would tell you a story that I think you would go. A big trader that managed a big energy fund at Citadel. And I would tell you about what he told me he uses to make decisions, and it's price. If you asked him, what about what the MACD is doing? I mean, in today's day and age, everyone knows what it is, but he would go, what? What are you talking about? What's a MACD? Some of these guys don't even know what this stuff is.
VWAP or Ephraim.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's really popular. I mean, I'll probably get more hate mail for this, but I would say that I don't think so. And I know a number of institutional traders, let's say anyone who's trading 150 plus lots in the futures market. And no, none of them really care about that. They care about price. My joke about VWAP is that if I take a trade and it happens to be VWAP, which I sometimes find out after the fact because someone tells me, I usually tell them if I would have known it was VWAP, I would have passed. And so I don't think so. And I'm really, I'm not being funny. I'm actually serious about it. I really just don't think that's what it comes down to. And if you notice, if you can, I don't know if you can all read the comments, but if you see all the different answers that are out there, I think that really is telling about why so many traders struggle when they come into trading. And there's so many different, there's a million different ideas of what works. Price works. And I'm going to show you what we've been able to do with price and how prediction points, I think, take the heavy lifting out of it. And I'll show you some real examples on the chart. So why doesn't everyone trade this way? Why doesn't everyone just use price? Well, there's a bit of a flea market trader mentality. And if you've been to a flea market, the people at the flea market that there's a whole bunch of different stations or tables or tents or whatever set up, and they're all selling their thing. And then you've got all these people going around and they're trying to get the best deal. And you're either in denial or you're laughing, and it's the laughter of recognition. And you're going, yeah, I've been a flea market trader. Now, we came up with this because I realized one day I had been a flea market trader. And then I stopped doing that because it doesn't work all that hot. So there's this mentality of there's going to be some kind of a holy grail or something like that. And it just doesn't exist out there. Losses are a part of the game. It's going to happen that way. And so why so many indicators? And what is it that actually works? And I'm not telling you I have the definitive answer here, but I'm going to show you something that's working really well for us and working really well for our traders. And then I'd say a big thing is that traders can't map out the market ahead of time. Now, you saw what I showed you. That's one example out of the live trade signals. David, the live trade signals, I think we have that in there. Maybe we'll save that. Spoiler alert for the end. We're up fairly big in the last 6 weeks on the live trade signals.
Over 200 points.
Yeah, a little over 200 points. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll show you that at the end, and we have every single trade time stamped out there, and we'll show you all of that. But that's all using our prediction point methodology. So there's phases here to this. Now, if you can't map out the market ahead of time, you're left guessing. And I will give all the order flow traders this. If you are a guesser, you sit there at the screen, you try to guess what's going to happen next. I think order flow is probably your best shot at making money doing it. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But it's still lagging, or it's not useful one way or the other. So how do you beat the banks at their own game? You got to identify high probability trade locations where the big money is likely to trade. Some of you are calling that liquidity, but I'm telling you, I take trades at liquidity when you wouldn't call it liquidity. I have traders who say, I don't see anything there. And then all of a sudden I'm in a trade, or the live trade signals is in a trade, and it's boom. I'm going to tell you the prediction points are there ahead of time, and the liquidity shows up after. And that's pretty much how it works. And then you got to decide where the trade's invalid, and then have a target where the big money is going to drive the market into that target. So you want to buy or sell with the big money, and then know exactly where that trade is invalid and keep that risk small. We've all heard that a million times. Manage, keeping your risk small, let your winners run. Much harder to do in reality than it is to just talk about it. And I think we'll show you how we're doing that and how we're helping other traders do that. And then, trade with them. So in 2007, we created an algorithm to identify these types of prices for us every day. And again, in a different scenario, if we had more time, I would tell you the story of how that came to be and the evolution of these over the last 13 years. And what I'll tell you is that they've adapted incredibly well from the Obama lull when the S&P was trading 6 to 8 points in a day to February and March of this year when 100 or 150 points. And prediction points just have this uncanny ability to adapt to that volatility. ahead of time and then forecast it. And I'm going to show you some of that. We're going to get into the fun stuff here. Okay, so I think this is the part where I'm supposed to go show you prediction points. So let's go do that here. So one thing that I want to say to you here is that I'm prediction points are something that we're born out of. We're traders and we were looking for something that we want stuff that's going to work for our own trading. So all of the tools that we develop at Day Trade Like a Pro are all about what will be useful for our own trading and what will help other traders. And let's go look over here. I trade the ES mostly, primarily. And down here at the bottom of my chart, you'll actually see we have prediction points currently are available for the S&P, crude oil, the NASDAQ, and the Russell, and on gold. But we just started doing them on gold, and it's we probably have a few bugs to work out of that. As far as I have the prices, but they weren't posting that great on my chart. So I'm going to just show you today. And David, how is that? Can you guys see my chart okay there? Is that?
Yeah, that's good. That's as good as it's going to get. Yeah, it's good.
So look, if you look at today, this is just a really simple 5-minute chart. My candles are all weird. They're yellow for up and blue for down. You might have figured that out by now. The blue lines are what we call CPs, and we have a whole training, I think 9 videos or something, where we go over and do a really in-depth training here. And but the blue ones are the CPs, and the white ones are what we call KPs. That stands for critical price and key price. And in a nutshell, the market, you're getting some training right now. In a nutshell, the market's going to move from blue lines to blue lines. That's basically what it's going to do. And this is just today. I mean, this is what was on the chart. So we had the open, touched this one to the tick, came down here, and we moved up here, came back down here. That ended up pushing up to here. We got some pullback. And there's a little Jedi trick that we do for these areas in here. Anyway, we had this one. It came right here within a couple of ticks of that, and then that one, and then ended up moving all the way up into here. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you can see this pulled back, a nice short right here, came back down to here, bounced to here again, another opportunity down to here, and then this nice move up to here, and that brings us into the current time. Now, I'm going to show you, this is a crude oil chart, and this is September 15th. And September 15th, I literally just randomly picked a day and loaded the prediction points on here, and this is what we're looking at. So I'm just going to show you some of these. This is crude oil. Here's a really nice breakout, a pullback right there. You tell me what would have you buy right here if it were not a prediction point. There's nothing else on the chart here that says to me you really want to buy right there. And then what I really would have you notice here is if you look at this big gap between here and here, notice how there's no prediction points in here. And it's likely that we're going to go all the way up and fill this gap up here. In crude oil, that's from 38.62 down to 37. So about $1 on this chart right here. And you can see it pulled back. It moved up about halfway or so, pulled back again, and then ended up coming up to here. And then we did get up to this one by the end of the day. So that's crude oil. NASDAQ's a little bit of a different beast, but I'll show you that. This is a NASDAQ chart from today. I wanted you to see the NASDAQ from the whole session, from the overnight. So you can see it opened up, pulled back down to here. One of the things on NASDAQ is you could almost ignore the white lines and mostly trade off of the blue ones, or maybe the white ones that are just on the other side of that. There's a lot of different ideas about that. We have a lot of traders that trade the NASDAQ and love it. So this move up to here, down here, there's the low of the day right here. And then the high of the day we had within a couple of ticks. I'm sure I'll get hate mail from some of our traders that we missed this by a couple of ticks, but that's kind of been the running joke now, is that, we just can't have these kinds of mistakes where we're missing things by a tick or two. And then we did get a really nice short, and then this, and then right down to there. Yes.
Let me hop in. Someone's requested the ES for August 23rd, 2020.
That's fantastic. We're going to need to go to a different contract. So let's duplicate this one. That's great. I love it. That's what I was hoping we would get. So that's going to be the September contract. So let's jump over and tell me the date one more time.
August 23rd, 2020.
Great. 8/23/2020. Now, why am I doing that? Because our new indicator for prediction points is about done. And that's as good as it gets currently of how we load the prices on here real quick. So let's see. Oh, is that, what day is that?
August 23rd. I'm gonna pull up the calendar.
I might have typed it in wrong.
August 23rd is a Sunday. So
yeah, it won't work.
August
So we can go Monday.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah, Monday. Yep, there you go.
Oh, great. So this is the 23rd. Great. So here we go. And let me just bring this in so you can see here a bit better. So this is the start of the 23rd. This is Sunday's Globex. It opened up here. And then, you know, if we had time, I'd go through and I would do a training for you on what we're looking for in here. But these four prices together here, that's pretty decent support. There's a nice move up to here. This is just a 5-minute chart. Notice there's a pretty big gap from 08 up to 20. So there's a 12-point gap that gets filled up to there and then pulls back just a little bit in front of that, a point or so in front of that. And then didn't quite get here. These don't have to hit that day, but later in you can see the Globex session closed and then we ended up getting a push up to there and then back to there. But you can see, I mean, whether you were buying right here or you were selling right here. And I really don't think I could stress enough. We have 2 different training courses in the members area that will show you the different methodologies of how to trade these and then specific trade setups that we look for around them and how to read. What does it mean? You can clearly see one of my favorite responses from traders is they go, oh, those are pivot points. No, they're not pivot points. If they were pivot points, they wouldn't look like this. They would look like they'd be equally apart. And these are just completely random amounts apart. So, David, anything else that we want to look at on here?
Today for oil. Let's do that one last. We'll do today for oil, and then let's move on. We'll cover how to have people get the free trial, and then we'll open up for questions.
Great. Okay, great. So here's oil, and let's go to today. This is crude oil today. I haven't actually seen this chart. I was pretty busy today. Okay, so here's the open, and yeah, so there's the open right there, and you can see the drop down to here, and then there's the move up to there. That's a pretty nice 50 or so point move. And then pulled back to this area, ended up holding here as support, came back down. Anyway, here, this one worked. That got you up to there. That's probably another 40-ish points. And then it worked again here for buying this. There's so many opportunities here, whether you sold it there or you could buy it here. Let me just see if I can kind of zoom in a little bit more on the actual action during the. So besides having the low of the day within a tick or two, there's the high of the day. We had 40.38 and that was 40.37. So we missed that by a tick. So, you know, it would have been nice if we could have had a better day today and had it to the tick, but it is what it is. So, but if you look at this, it's like, these are not, I mean, the next price up above here, you have 38 and the next one up here isn't until 63. So it's not like we just have a whole bunch of random lines stacked together. And then understanding how to interpret that and read that. So pretty nice day here, I would say. Really nice long opportunity here, nice short here. Could have gotten long in here. And then, you know, just depending on what your strategy is like. But if you could kind of see this and have this methodology to go along with however you're trading. And, you know, that's why I said I think we have something for everybody. So, okay. You want to move on here, right?
Yep.
All right. So
show them how to sign up.
David, are you going to put this in the link?
Yes, I will.
Okay, great. So we're going to put the link here in the chat for you. And you're not going to, you really want to pay attention here. You're not going to get this emailed to you. Okay. So the way that you can get this is you're going to need to go click it in the chat and get it that way. Or, and we're going to give you a month of prediction points for free, which we've just, you know, it's just ridiculous. And you don't like it, don't pay anything for it. That's fine. You don't, you know, you're not going to pay anything up front. if in a month you decide they're not what I say they are, that's okay. You don't have to have them for the next month. So this is only going to be good for the next 48 hours. And then the live trade signals is you get to copy our trades, our best trades each day. And we're going to give you 70% off of that if you decide you want to do it. And there'll be an opportunity for you to do that. Once you go to the page to sign up for prediction points, it will ask you if you'd like to do the live trade signals, if you'd like to add that on. Normally that's $297 a month, and we're giving it, it's, the thing's like 70% off. It's a really ridiculous deal that they're doing here. Now you can put the link in there and save that, bookmark it, tattoo it on your forearm, whatever you need to do. But then you can email us. That's support@daytradelikeapro.com, support@daytradelikeapro.com. And we will send you the link to go sign up there if the ink on the tattoo wears off, okay? So here's the results for the live trade signals. We launched the live trade signals on the week of August 10th. You can see the total points. You can see the number of trades. You can see the winners, scratch, losers, the average winner, the average loser. All of that's tracked. You can go see it on the website. We report every trade individually with the timestamp. And to summarize that, we're up 202 points and in the last, I think, 6.5 weeks. Average drawdown and 3.5 points, average loss 3.5 points, and our average profit 9.5 points. So if you can beat that using your own trading, certainly go for that. I still think prediction points will add something for you. And if not, come check out what we're doing in the live trade signals. I still think it would also add something into your trading. And just because we've been killing it for the last 6.5 weeks does not mean we'll continue to do that. And there's always a risk of loss in trading futures. You really want to understand that. Okay, so let's summarize it. You're going to get 30 days of prediction points for free, completely free. And then you're going to get 2 courses with detailed training on how to trade these and different strategies. You're going to get access to our members only Discord area, where we have really great traders in there. These are people you want to be around. And then on top of that, I'm going to host 4 live 60-minute training sessions where I will cover anything you want to cover on the chart as it relates to prediction points and live trade signals. And I'll break that down for you. I'll show you why we're taking some trades, why we're passing on other trades. This alone is worth the free price that you're paying for prediction points. So I would highly recommend it just for those sessions. And then we're going to let you try the live trade signals for $147. So that's the deal here. Get prediction points, try the live trade signals. And if it's not everything we say it is, don't do it the next month. That's what I'd say to you. But if you're looking for something to take your trading to the next level, I think you're in the right spot. Okay, so there's the link again. David will put that there. This is where we go to questions. Is that right? How did I do on time? Too long, but better than we expected.
We're good. All right, so what questions are out there with everyone? What time is the trade room open? We keep our trade room open. There's traders in there all the time, 24/5 pretty much.
Yeah, and if you want to look at the signals, what time the signals happen, you can go see that. But I would say there's, the room's open 24/7. You can go chat with traders in there whenever you like. We post the signals when they become valid. There's no really set time around that. We try to get trades around the open. We don't run the market, contrary to what some traders actually think after being here for a while. But we do try to get trades around when the market is open. But we post the signals and they happen when they happen. We don't run that.
Question, are the blue lines the buy level and the white lines the sell signal, or is there more to it than that?
That's definitely not right. And if you go sign up for the trial for free, you can watch the training. There's literally 2 full courses that we should be charging for that you can go learn all about it. And no, it's not like that. You'll want to go through the course.
So with the free trial comes the detailed training, and it goes through everything about how to use prediction points, how to look at it, how to trade it, when to buy, when to sell. and how that can complement your current methodologies.
And I think on top of that, I would add I mean, this is what I use for my own trading, but I would say, and it's what we're using to produce the kind of results we're producing in the live trade signals. And what I would say about it is that regardless of how you trade, I really do believe prediction points will add something into that if you understand the way they work.
So here's a question. How do you manage news and high impact events? So I think it's a great question.
Well, you know, it's probably something we could cover in the 60-minute training, but you just want to think about it like this. The market is going to do what it's going to do, and the news is sort of like a driver. And I don't care. So that's my answer. That's probably not a popular answer, but I don't care. The news is pretty much meaningless as far as I'm concerned, unless there's something really out of the ordinary, like, you know, we go to war with somebody or something, or the Fed cuts interest rates unexpectedly or something like that. But for the most part, news is meaningless. It's an excuse to do what they were going to do anyway. And I think you'll see that if you spend enough time around with us.
Okay.
I mean, half the time I don't know it's Fed day. So, you know, I find that out when someone says it's also Fed day today, and I go, oh, good to know. But I mean, that's how little I care about
if it will work on tick charts or time frame charts. So these work independent of the time frame that you trade, whether you're trading a tick chart or a 5-minute candle, 15-minute candle, 30-minute candle, 6-12 tick chart, 2-tick chart, whatever it is. We have people using Unirenko with it, Renko charts, all kinds of different things to complement their approach.
It's a horizontal line at the end of the day. It's just uncanny how accurate it is. And it doesn't change regardless of what time frame you put it on. 3286 is 3286 on any time frame.
Let's see, what else? Live trade signals, is that for after the 30 days? No, live trade signals complements your 30-day trial. So you can actually see, so Ephraim is one who's calling out the trades and the best trades of the day, leveraging prediction points, and you get all of those in advance. Another question, trade signals for ES futures only. Yes, today the trade signals are only for ES futures. We're looking to expand it to NQ and crude, but today it is just ES.
Yep.
But prediction points do cover those 4 markets.
Yes.
Is it 297 or 147 after 33 days? So if you do prediction points only, it's 297 per month thereafter. If the 147 is to add in live trade signals to complement your prediction point free trial.
So let's put it like this. What are we averaging, David, on the live trade signals in a week?
We average 28.9 points a week.
Okay, so we're averaging 28.9 points a week, and we're saying you can do prediction points for free, 100% free. Okay, try it out for a month. We would be crazy to do that if it wasn't everything we said it is. And then live trade signals for 147, that's 3 points on one standard contract. And in the last 6 weeks, we've done 202 points. So, you know, we really want you to get a look behind here. And we're not saying 3 days. We're giving you a month so you can really see what it's about.
Yep. So we're getting a tremendous amount of questions. I want to just make sure that everyone's aware. We have an email address, support@daytradelikeapro.com. I just put it in the chat. You can email us all of your questions there. If the link's not working for you, email us there. Again, I'm going to put the link back in the chat so that everyone has that as well. Juanita, how are we on timing? Are we wrapping up at 2 or 1 minute, or do we have another 15 minutes?
Sorry, my mute was not muting. You have about 10 minutes if you guys want to continue to take.
Oh, great.
Okay, fantastic. We'll keep addressing questions. So question is, when's our training starting? Great question. So we're doing 4 live-minute, 60-minute training sessions that's included with your prediction point trial offer. The first session will be next Wednesday, so 6 days from today. And we do that. We're going to start it at the same time this webinar started. So it'll be 1:15 Pacific, 4:15 Eastern. Average lead time for a signals range from 24 hours to, a few minutes in advance. It kind of just depends on the market.
I want to answer that. So here's the deal. I'm a trader. I've been in a lot of different trade rooms. I've been around this. I try to not do anything in the live trade signals that would be unrealistic for a trader to replicate. So in other words, if I post a signal or a take profit or whatever, and I think if there was anybody here who's in the live trade signals, I think that they would agree with this. You get lead time so that you can manage, trying to make it realistic, that you can manage the trade. So sometimes it might be a minute or two, and sometimes it might be a literal day. It just depends. But we try to not do anything where it's like you have to do something this second, because it's just unrealistic that traders are going to be able to produce those results. So that's my intention with it, is the one posting the signals and running that. I'm trying to make it so it's realistic that you're like, well, that already happened and that's come and gone, and now the opportunity for that is over. So definitely want to give you plenty of time to handle it.
Great question. And so also for everyone, I just posted another link that is to our live trade results page. It tells you about the methodology on how we track the performance of every single trade, and it shows you all the trades, timestamp of the signal and timestamp of the trade entry. So you can always see that as well. What else?
And we're probably not going to get to all your questions. So if we don't get to your question and you want it answered, you can go sign up and get access to the Discord channel and send us a message there, or feel free to shoot us an email and we will get back to you. And, we might have a bit of an influx of that. So give us a day or two to get back with you if that's the case.
How many signals in a typical day? There's 1 to 5 or 6 typically. And again, you can go look at the results and see which trades actually filled there.
Yeah, it's as transparent as we know how to be about it. You can see literally every trade we've ever taken.
Ephraim, here's a question. Do you see institutional traders leveraging prediction points?
We have, I'm probably not supposed to talk about this, but yes, how about that? So, yeah.
I think we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, yes.
Can you trade the micros off the same prediction point? Yes. So essentially what you do there, we run prediction points on the E-mini and the levels are the same. So you just plot the E-mini prediction points on your micro chart.
And I would just say sometimes those will vary a tick or two.
Yeah.
And so I would just, if I was trading the micros, I would have a regular chart up for the E-mini, and I'd just follow along on that and just make sure, you might need to give it a tick or something more. It just depends. There's less liquidity in the micro. It's going to trade differently. And so you just might need to pay attention to that. But yes, I think we have a lot of traders who are doing that.
Is there a fee to use Discord? No fees to use Discord. We absorb all of those fees. You just become a member and you get access to our members only chat room where, everyone's very supportive of each other. It's really a great community.
Yeah, we probably undersold that, but we could have done a webinar on why you should be part of our Discord community. And probably all 300 of you would have signed up. It's really in my opinion, it's the best community on the internet for trading. I mean, I've just never seen anything like it. The traders that we have there they're phenomenal. The way that they're willing to help each other. And I mean, I think some of these people have developed lifelong, deep friendships with the people that they've met in the trade room, and they've, really helped each other take their trading to the next level. So that in itself, I think is priceless.
Absolutely. Let's see what other questions we have. Here's the question. How do you handle your prediction point entry when the yeses can vary to the 5 points within a matter of seconds. I think that's answered very simply. Sign up for the free trial and go look at the training. We address those specific questions. So free. It's not a short answer. So sign up, check out all the training, and you'll get that question answered. How can I calculate prediction points and use them on stocks? So first of all, you can't calculate them. It's a proprietary algorithm that we have. And we are working on producing prediction points for some select stocks in the future. So stay tuned on that.
If you have a request of certain stocks that you want prediction points for, I would say to send us an email, support@daytradelikeapro.com, and tell us what stocks you want. And we'll put it on our list, and they'll become the ones that will become available are the ones that have the most demand.
Let's see. So the Discord name, you'll get access to the Discord after you sign up. You'll get a link on exactly what Discord channel to connect into. There's a specific link for all of that. And so a lot of questions about automatically billing after the trial. So yes, I want to be really clear. So everyone that signs up, you do provide your credit card to sign up. We, as Ephraim mentioned, we're trying to avoid flea market traders in our room. So anyone who signs up, you do provide your credit card. It will automatically bill as a monthly subscription after your 30-day trial, and you're welcome to cancel anytime in advance of that, and we will not charge you. So all you got to do, if you are not happy with the service, is log into your account and cancel your credit card or cancel your trial. And
it takes an entire 30 seconds. It's extremely easy.
Kathy, do you have to download anything? No, there's nothing for you to download. So you can, there is a shortcut to use a text file to put them in a NinjaTrader, so you could download something for that. However, a lot of our traders just take the levels and draw them on their chart manually.
The only thing I'd say about the billing at the end of 30 days is two things. Yes, one, this is a business that we are running here, so we're not shy about that. And number two, I think you're going to probably send us a thank you email that you don't have to go through any hassles to make sure you're still signed up and getting these at the end of 30 days. So we figure you're going to love it and that you're going to want to keep using it. So if that's not the case for you for whatever reason, just cancel it. It's real easy.
So another great question. Can a new trader attend these and use these?
Please.
Absolutely. Please. If
you don't have any weird ideas already, we'd love that.
That's even better. Yeah. So sometimes traders come into our room and join us and they have to unlearn a couple of things. And so new traders have a blank slate, and we often see new traders do really well using our tools too. So when does the trial start? So if you get signed up today, we're going to work to get everyone access as soon as possible. We're going to shoot for tomorrow, Friday, so that you'll be able to get in, but worst case, you'll be set up for Globex on Monday.
Yep.
Or Globex on Sunday.
Yep. So if you sign up today, you'll for sure be good to go for the Sunday Globex session.
Absolutely.
So, the sooner the better, I would say on that, just to make sure you're prepared. And I would give yourself plenty of time to make sure you watch the videos and the training and get familiar with what we're doing here. One thing to address probably is that prediction points generally are posted in the afternoon as close to the Globex open as possible. And sometimes it ends up being a little bit later. But that's actually all going to get automated here before the end of the year. So you won't have to do anything. You'll have an indicator that'll just plot the lines right on your chart for you. But for now, we post them. There's a shortcut for you to put them on your NinjaTrader chart, and we go from there.
So one question was, since this is a proprietary system, would this method lead to self-sufficiency, or is it dependent on the service? Ephraim, I think that'd be one perfect for you.
I've had that conversation a lot. I would say, I've talked to crude oil traders who crude oil trades about half the liquidity that the ES does. And I know crude oil traders who trade 3,000 lots at a time. And I think the idea of that you're thinking just the futures market. This isn't just the futures market. The futures, the E-mini S&P is, for example, is tied to the SPX. And then you have the SPY and you have the 500 stocks that represent that. The idea that any of us, or collectively, even all of us, have enough buying power to move the market for a significant period of time is probably laughable.
All right. I think we're kind of getting through the questions. So will the trainings be recorded? Yes, we will record all of our trainings.
Yeah,
That you
and
can
you'll
access
only
in the
get those if
future.
you're registered. We won't know to send out
Absolutely.
the recording to you if you don't go sign up for the 30-day trial prediction points.
Yeah.
So we won't know to send those to you if you're not signed up there.
Yeah, guys, this training that we've designed here, these 4 sessions, is really designed specifically for people doing these new trials, new prediction point trials, new live trade signal trials, to really make sure that they have ample opportunity and time to understand the methodology and to incorporate it into their trading.
And we will address that specifically if you say, well, I use the ADX and this chart and that thing, and we'll look at it with you with prediction points, and we'll see what ways it can enhance what you're already doing, if that's the way you want to go. Absolutely. Until at some point you come around and go, I don't think I need anything other than prediction points, which inevitably happens for everybody at some point. But, until that point, while you're comfortable with what you're doing, certainly, can use it to enhance that.
Well, I think there's still 200 people on the webinar. So if there are any more questions, I'm happy to address those last minute. Otherwise, I think we can wrap up.
So David, can we put the link in here one more time for everybody? Yeah, and then guys, just make sure either, write the link down somewhere, copy it out of the chat for yourself, whatever you need to do to make sure you keep it. And then support@daytradelikeapro.com. If you misplace it or you need anything from us, we're happy to help you however we can. And, thanks for being here today. Hopefully this has been useful. I mean, how you'll really get the most out of today is come spend the next 30 days with us. And that's really how you'll get the most out of the time together here today.
Yes, PayPal works for signing up for the trial if you need to. Okay, Juanita, I think that's a wrap. Thank you so much.
Big thanks to NinjaTrader for putting this on. Really appreciate it. I mean, we're huge NinjaTrader users. Everything we build is in NinjaTrader. I don't know how to use anything else. So really, really appreciate it. Thanks for having us here today.
Thank you so much, Ephraim and David, for the event and just giving a great event. You guys are awesome. Everyone in attendance here today will receive an on-demand recording of today's event, so please keep an eye out for that in email. NinjaTrader Ecosystem is pleased to sponsor these weekly events as a value-added service for our clients. If you find value in these events, we hope that you'll attend them on a regular basis. We want to remind you the information provided in this was that of Day Trade Like a Pro and not of NinjaTraders. All information was for educational purposes and should not be construed as trading advice. Again, we do appreciate the time you spend with us. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope to see everybody in future webinars. Happy trading from everybody here at NinjaTrader.
Thanks, everyone. Look forward to seeing you in the trials and in the Discord room.
Thank you.